I failed 7 hackathons in a row, not even a single honorable mention, just pure back-to-back losses. But on my 8th try, something finally clicked, and we won the first place. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 7 lessons I learned from each of my fails, plus a bonus one that made all the difference. Lesson 1. Team is better than randoms. In my first few hackathons, I used to join solo. I would show up, find random people at the event, and try to build something in 24 to 48 hours with complete strangers. What actually happened? Everyone had different ideas and different coding styles. It was awkward and very slow. Half the time was spent just figuring out who does what. When I finally started teaming up before the hackathon, everything got easier. We already knew each other's strengths, discussed ideas in advance, and had a shared mindset. The lesson: find people you vibe with, build trust early, and enter as a team. It can make a huge difference. And yeah, if you have ever solo queued in a game, you know the struggle. Lesson 2. Choose diverse teammates. But what if it's my first time or I don't have a team yet, you might ask? Well, in that case, you need to pick your teammates wisely. I used to team up with other random programmers like me, but there was no one in the team for pitching, design, or business planning. The thing is, your teammates shouldn't be all clones of you. You need to always look for complementary skills. Ideally, you want one person good with design or UX, one front-end dev, one back-end dev, one business-focused person who can pitch, and one well-rounded person. He's often the leader. But here's the thing, don't ignore random teammates altogether. In fact, in the hackathon we won, half of our team were randoms we met on Discord. And it worked really well. We clicked fast, communicated well, and had a lot of fun. So yes, teaming up beforehand helps, but if you are open, even randoms can turn into a strong team. Lesson 3. Pick buildable ideas, not fancy ones. One of my biggest mistakes early on was chasing the most flashy and unrealistic ideas just to impress the judges. I still remember pitching this. What if we made asphalt roads that generate electricity from cars driving over them, and it melts snow in winter and blows away leaves in autumn to keep the road clean? Do I regret it? Of course. Did it teach me something? Definitely. Hackathons aren't about solving climate change in one day. They are about building something that works. A good hackathon idea is simple and can be understood by an average person and solves a real relatable problem, although challenges are often provided by organizers, and is possible to design, build, and present in under 48 hours. Let go of impressing judges with buzzwords. While it might sound impressive, you ideally want to build something simple, clear, and demoable. Is that even a real word? Lesson 4. Focus on what really matters. Now you have a team and an idea. Next part is knowing what to work on. This took me quite a lot of painful hackathons to understand. Judges don't care about how much code you wrote or how little you slept. They care about what problem did you solve, why does it matter, and how usable or impactful is your solution. And I repeat once again, judges don't care about how much code you wrote. We often used to waste time on features no one cares, or obsess over some backend API logic that no one sees. But when the deadline was a few hours away, we often wouldn't have enough time for preparing the pitch. Think like this. Judges have 120 seconds and 10 slides to understand your project. That is 12 seconds per slide. What would you show them? That's what matters. Balance the technical execution with presentation side. But how do you do it? Lesson 5. Plan the sprint, not the marathon. You only have 24 to 48 hours at a hackathon. That's a sprint, not a full startup project. And in a sprint, every second counts. In the beginning, we would get all hyped about the idea, plan a huge app with multiple screens, user authentication, clean dashboards, cool looking charts, and so on. But at the end, we would barely finish 1/3 of it. Eventually, I learned to cut ruthlessly. In every hackathon, I now ask these questions. Okay, what is the one core feature we need to build that shows the concept works? and what's the bare minimum we need for the demo. That's called MVP. And who is doing what in the next few hours. That mindset shift from perfection to progress helped us focus on building the core idea first and leave room to polish it later. Lesson 6. Templates save time. By my 6th or 7th hackathon, I started to notice a pattern. We were doing the same stuff over and over.
Here we go again.
Slides, project descriptions, pitch outlines, even the way we explained the problem, it was always the same structure, just different ideas. So I built templates. Since I often handle design or front-end role in a team, this saved tons of time. By the way, I wrote this full complete guide in Notion and built the templates in Figma. If this video hits 100 likes, I will release the templates for free on my PayHip store. Lesson 7. Failures are practice rounds. Hackathons are intense. You pour all your energy and sweat in the idea you love, and then you don't win. Again. That was me for 7 hackathons straight. It's easy to take it personally or blame it on judges, but I learned to take my fails as lessons. Each fail taught me something. How to find a good idea, how to coordinate a team, how to scope a project realistically, how to pitch better, and so much more. So if you are watching this after failing your first or 11th hackathon, that means you are still trying and don't like giving up easily. And I like that mindset. That's the mindset that eventually wins. Bonus lesson. Just have fun. After 7 fails, you would think I would quit, but I kept signing up for more hackathons. Not because I expected to win, but because of free food. Just kidding, but because I started to enjoy it. You are surrounded by creative people building cool things in a very short time period. That's already quite rare and impressive. Learn to embrace it and enjoy the process. Some of my best memories were from the hackathons I have lost. So yes, plan well, pick a solid idea, build and pitch, but also laugh with your team, celebrate the small wins, and most importantly, eat all that free food. Don't let the pressure kill your joy. And hey, at the end of the day, it's night. See you at the next hackathon, hopefully not on the enemy team.